Hans, are you ready? Good. Please, two. So. Yeah,
Hans.
good. Yeah, Hans. He's the one in my door.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your talk. It was like definitely one of the most inspiring moments that I've been through. So like before asking you a question, I just want to like thank you for like everything you like have just inspired a vocation, like a religious vocation in me. Like I was doubting it, and now thanks to you, I'm like I confirmed it, and I thank you for that.
Wow.
So just wanted to ask you, how can like everyone, especially people of my age, work for human development when we are not like even academically developed? I mean,
Thanks. Hans, no, is your name? Your Hans, yes. Have you decided which congregation or diocese? You have not? Then I won't answer your question. As I said, as I had indicated, even with our desire to help in the development of other peoples, we should recognize that we ourselves are in need, in constant need of growth and development. And it is not at all a deterrent to accompanying others, being with others in their search for development, if you realize you are not fully developed yourself. Because if you wait for the time when you're fully developed, that will never come here on earth. Then you will not be able to do anything, And so the idea of encounter and accompaniment, I think, will help you get out of that fear. You don't have to be superior. You don't have to be always, deserving of that calling or of that mission. In fact, even in your own limitations, then you could be a good companion. Just to illustrate this, 2 years ago, one of my former professors in theology, who was dying at the time, asked to see me. So I went to the nursing home, and he was an American. When he saw me at the door of his room, he started crying and he was sobbing. I approached him and I consoled him, and the nurse told me whenever former students come, he gets emotional. So when the tears had subsided, he turned to me and said, with a smile, "Oh, Chito, you used to sleep in my class." I said, "Oh, so that's the reason why he called for me." So if Jesus had his 7 last words, one of the last words of this, "Chito, you slept in my class." And so I apologized. I said, "Father, I'm sorry if I caused you distress." And he said, No. He said, "You did well. But look at you. You are now a cardinal." And that became the subject of my meditation for a number of days. What was he telling me? Probably he was telling me, "Chito, we know you. Don't be proud. We know you. You slept in class." And so now, when people sleep during my homily, I don't react. I fully understand, And then one of the priests of Manila, hearing this story, asked me, "I also slept in class when I was a seminarian. Do you think I could become a cardinal someday?" I said, "Well, who knows?" Who knows? It is good if you are a bit especially if you are to teach math, then at least you should know math, things like those. But in other areas of life, I think you could be of help as you are.
So my question is, it kind of centers around how there's like this one quote that you said about something about humanity, like when you it was talking about like the wounds and how you were touching the wounds, and you have to be very cognizant of that. And I just wanted to get a better sense of how, and maybe you already answered it, but I don't know if I understand it as much as I want to. But how do you treat the wounds that really can't be touched? Yeah.
Yeah. The wounds that could not be touched. Yeah. Most of the wounds, excuse me, could not be physically touched. But those wounds could still be touched by compassion, by the willingness of someone to see in the wounded a sister, a brother. That is the most potent way of touching wounds. And I tell you, in the stories that I have recounted, those simple ways by which a person recognizes the wounds of another and responds with understanding, with compassion, those wounds are touched, and somehow the healing presence of the Lord comes. And the person becomes whole, the problems remain, but the person acquires a certain strength. We are afraid to touch wounds, maybe because we are afraid to look at our own wounds. Our world has become an expert in hiding wounds and even hiding mortality. We have this false sense that we will not die. If you have the best insurance, you're safe. If you have CCTV cameras all over, you are safe. If your car has the best, airbags, you are safe. If your gym has this, you are safe. Oh, the fact of the matter is, we will die. We are all wounded, and we will face that. But, a person who does not want to face his or her wounds will start inflicting wounds on others. And that's populorum progression. The moment we stop recognizing our own wounds, then we become not agents of development, but of wounding more people, even of creation.